Crossbutt 2.
Goblin helm you nicked.
2. Mandrake. Real. 2. Mandrake.
Marvelous strike! Make it stop, I said!
Level. Settings. Owl post. Quests. Professor Garlick's assignment 1. Professor Garlick wants me to field test a venomous tentacula and a mandrake. Should I need any seeds or plants? Level. Collections. Cross button. 3. 1. Venomous tentacula. Release L1 button to equip. Tenacious tentacula. 0. 3. Chinese 1. Edgeorus potion 6. Maxima potion 0. Focus potion 1. Thunderbrew 1. Invis 1. Mandrake.
Assignment tool finished.
Bastard Excellior! You're the little sod that saved Treadwell.
Incendio. Glacius. Defendo.
Level. Owl post. Collect challenges. Quests. Professor Garlick's assignment 1. I've completed Professor level. Collections. Map. South Hogsmeade. North South Merlin Trial. Merlin Trials are puzzles allegedly. Cross button. Map. The Highlands. The Highland. The Hogwarts map. Hog secret room. Exit. The astronomy wing. The astronomy wing. The bell tower wing. Map. Flue Flames locations. Hogwarts. Collection chests. U. The bell.
Revelio.
You can advance time by accessing the map and pressing R3 button. Map. Flue Flames locations. Wait. You can advance time by accessing the map and pressing R3 button.
wonderful to see you again.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort.
The levitation charm, Wingardium Leviosa, can levitate and move objects. Control its position with your movement, and use up button, down button, left button, right button to fine-tune its distance and rotation. Cross button. Accept.
Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Lumos. Utility, Lumos. Utility. Allows you, Avada Kedavra, Wingardium Levi, R2 button. Wingardium, triangle button, R2 button. Hold to assign.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
Incendio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
What made you want to teach herbology? Never mind. What made you
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a Wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor.
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
That's awful. That's almost comical. That's awful.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad I feel sorry for the former professor. I'm glad things worked out as they did.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful...
Yeah, wink wink.
You Wigan trees.
Now bend over.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. 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 Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your services. I'll see you next time for our next lesson, and you know what? Bye. No. Ah, baby. Thanks. Thank you for bending over.
Level. Settings. Owl post. Quests. The Professor Onai's The elf. The nab set. Professor Onai's assignment. I've completed Professor Onai's assignment. I should return to her classroom so the deadline keys, the man behind the deadline, Professor Onai's cross button. Level. Collections. Lumos. Depulso. Force. Repels triangle button. Art. Cross button. 0, 6, 2. Edge 0. Map. Flu Flames locations. Hogwarts. The Library Annex. Central Hall. The Library.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the merpeople from the lake?
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why.
What are you up to now? Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
Beginner's luck, I say. You'll not beat me next time.
Too bad you're not hotter than my last teacher. She know, man. She's hot and fine. Oh, sexy too.
What do we have here?
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
I see triumph. I sense danger. I see power. I'm not sure. I see power. I sense danger.
I can't get rid of this feeling of a coming danger.
I see. Know that such omens are not damning if they can at least prepare us. And you are preparing yourself even now. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Lumos. Utility. Allow, descendo. Force, depulso. Force, descendo. Force. Deals no direct damage. Triangle R2 button.
Descendo!
Descendo is a force spell that moves objects downwards and slams enemies to the ground, causing a shockwave.
Excellent. I think you have it.
Incendio! Glacier! Defender! Descendo!
At some point, you must stop preparing and put your newly honed skills to the test outside of the classroom.
Incendio! Glacier! Descendo! Defender! Glacier! Incendio! Descendo!
Mudiwa Onai, under Professor Black's direction, it is my honor as Deputy Headmistress to offer you the position of Divination Professor at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. We are thrilled at the prospect of having you join our distinguished faculty. Please inform us of your intentions as soon as possible. I eagerly await your response. Warmest regards, Professor Matilda Weasley. Circle by.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do.
How did you come to teach divination?
I was wondering how you decided to teach divination.
The art of divination is an important yet often misunderstood branch of magic. Those of us who possess the sight are rare, and, as is often the case with the unique among us, we can frequently be misread, even feared. When I was granted the opportunity to teach others about my gift and the good it can do, I was most grateful.
I see. Natty told me that you and she moved here from Uganda, where she had attended Wagadu.
Yes, Natsai and I both loved Uganda and Wagadu, but we are happily settled here now. I had foreseen such a change, but did not know the details until it occurred. I was glad of the outcome. You would be wise to remember that the consequences of our actions are complex. And so, divining what is to come is not as simple as gazing into a crystal ball or studying the bottom of a teacup.
I find it all fascinating. It seems hard to believe. I find it
truly intriguing, even if I don't fully understand it.
Intriguing. That is one word for it. And I'm certain you will come to understand many things more deeply in the days ahead. You are a student at Hogwarts, after all. It cannot have escaped you that we in the wizarding world are forever navigating the seemingly inexplicable.
Of course, Professor.
Now, I know that we both have places to be. Not because I have the sight, mind you, but because I am a professor and you are a student. I have enjoyed our conversation.
Level. Set. Owl post. Quests. The deadline, the elf, the knapsack, the deadline key, the man behind the moons. Mr. The elf, the knapsack, and the elf, the deadline keys. The man behind the moons. Mr. Moon will teach me a more advanced, the deadline keys. It looks like the man behind the moons. Mr. Moon will teach me a more advanced form of level 23. Level 23 collections.